Okay. Actually, I could just lift this up for right now. So I don't need that. All right. Well, it's already muted. It's not even connected because I only have space for 2, so I have the 2 wireless microphones set for the meeting tonight.
You have to click the more. Remember? No.
Okay. Red Genesis.
The book of Genesis. It's the first book of the Bible, and its storyline divides into 2 main parts. There's chapters 1 through 11, which tell the story of God and the whole world. And then there's chapters 12 through 50, which zoom in and tell the story of God and just one man, Abraham, and then his family. And these 2 parts are connected by a hinge story at the beginning of chapter 12. And this design, it gives us a clue to how to understand the message of the book as a whole and how it introduces the story of the whole Bible. So the book begins with God taking the disorder and the darkness described in the second sentence of the Bible, and God brings out of it order and beauty and goodness. He makes a world where life can flourish. And God makes these creatures called humans, or Adam in Hebrew. He makes them in his image, which has to do with their role and purpose in God's world. So the humans are made to be reflections of God's character out into the world, and they're appointed as God's representatives to rule his world on his behalf, which in context means to harness all of its potential, to care for it, and make it a place where even more life can flourish. God blesses the humans. It's a key word in this book. And he gives them a garden. It's like a place from which they begin starting to build this new world. Now, the key is that the humans have a choice about how they're going to go about building this world. And that's represented by the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Up till now, God has provided and defined what is good and what is not good. But now God is giving the humans the dignity and the freedom of a choice. Are they going to trust God's definition of good and evil, or are they going to seize autonomy and define good and evil for themselves? And the stakes are really high. To rebel against God is to embrace death, because you're turning away from the giver of life himself. This is represented by the tree of life. And so in chapter 3, a mysterious figure, a snake, enters into the story. The snake's given no introduction other than it's a creature that God made. And it becomes clear that it's a creature in rebellion against God, and it wants to lead the humans into rebellion and their death. The snake tells a different story about the tree and the choice. It says that seizing the knowledge of good and evil are not going to bring death, that it's actually the way to life and becoming like God themselves. Now, the irony of this is tragic because we know the humans, they're already like God. They were made to reflect God's image. But instead of trusting God, the humans seize autonomy, they take the knowledge of good and evil for themselves, and in an instant, the whole story spirals out of control. The first casualty is human relationships. The man and the woman, they suddenly realize how vulnerable they are. Now, they can't even trust each other. And so they make clothes and they hide their bodies from one another. The second casualty is that intimacy between God and the humans is lost. So they go and run and hide from God, and then when God finds them, they start this game of blame shifting about who rebelled first. Now, right here, the story stops, and there's a series of short poems where God declares to the snake and then to the humans the tragic consequences of their actions. God first tells the snake that despite its apparent victory, it is destined for defeat, to eat dust. God promises that one day a seed or a descendant will come from the woman who's going to deliver a lethal strike to the snake's head, which sounds like great news, but this victory is going to come with a cost because the snake too will deliver a lethal strike to the descendant's heel as it's being crushed. It's a very mysterious promise of this wounded victor. But in the flow of the story so far, you see this is an act of God's grace. The humans, they've just rebelled, and what does God do? He promises to rescue them. But this doesn't erase the consequences of the humans' decision. So God informs them that now every aspect of their life together, at home and out in the field, it's going to be fraught with grief and pain because of the rebellion, all leading to their death. From here, the story then spirals downward. Chapters 3 through 11, they trace the widening ripple effect of the rebellion and of human relationships fracturing at every level. So there's a story about two brothers, Cain and Abel. Cain's so jealous of his brother that he wants to murder him. And God warns him not to give in to the temptation, but he does anyway. He murders him in the field. So Cain then goes on to build a city where violence and oppression reign. And this is all epitomized in the story of Lamech. He's the first man in the Bible to have more than one wife. He's accumulating them like property. And then he goes on to sing a short song about how he's more violent and vengeful than Cain ever was. After this, we get an odd story about the sons of God, which could refer to evil angelic beings, or it could refer to ancient kings who claimed that they descended from the gods. And like Lamech, they acquire as many wives as they wanted, and they produce the Nephilim, these great warriors of old. Whichever view is right, the point is that humans are building kingdoms that fill God's world with violence and even more corruption. In response, we're told that God is broken with grief. Humanity is ruining his good world, and they're ruining each other. And so out of a passion to protect the goodness of his world, he washes it clean of humanity's evil with a great flood. But he protects one blameless human, Noah, and his family, and he commissions him as a new Adam. He repeats the divine blessing and commissions him to go out into the world. And so our hopes are really high, but then Noah fails too, and also in a garden. He goes and he plants a vineyard, and he gets drunk out of his mind. And then one of his sons, Ham, does something shameful to his father in the tent. And so here we have our new Adam, naked and ashamed, just like the first, and the downward spiral begins again. It all leads to the foundation of the city of Babylon. The people of ancient Mesopotamia, they come together around this new technology they have, the brick. And they can make cities and towers bigger and faster than anybody's ever done before. And they want to build a new kind of tower that will reach up to the gods, and they will make a great name for themselves. It's an image of human rebellion and arrogance. It's the garden rebellion now writ large. And so God humbles their pride and scatters them. Now, this is a diverse group of stories, but you can see they're all exploring the same basic point. God keeps giving humans the chance to do the right thing with his world, and humans keep ruining it. These stories are making a claim that we live in a good world that we have turned bad, that we've all chosen to define good and evil for ourselves, and so we all contribute to this world of broken relationships, leading to conflict and violence and ultimately death. But there's hope. God promised that one day a descendant would come, the wounded victor who will defeat evil at its source. And so despite humanity's evil, God is determined to bless and rescue his world. And so the big question, of course, is what is God going to do? And the next story, The Hinge, offers the answer. But
So, what are takeaways?
That we made bad world. That was very good.
Yeah, so it's that seizing wisdom, seizing we're going to do what we want and do what's right in our eyes. Which we see every time. We experience it. Like when we define and seize and call other people in video games poo-poo heads.
Poo-poo head.
You heard me. All right, you can start.
Dada, I'm making a lot of waterfalls. Come here. Look.
All right, I'll come and see.
Oh no.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh. just nothing will show. The monitor won't, like the monitor itself won't turn on. It doesn't even show other sources.
I have to like do stuff. Like give it time, spin keyboard, do that won't even turn on. And then just the monitor's on. Like it turns on. Everything's going normal. And it does that weird thing where it's like doesn't know where it's
Yeah, it sounds like the graphics card is. I mean, like, remember when we switched? It's been my suspicion.
That's kind of like virgin, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, the gen doesn't matter. A faulty graphics card just means faulty graphics card.
I say we should somehow replace the graphics.
I think we can grab an HDMI cord and plug in a new HDMI cord. I have multiple HDMI cords. We'll see if it will register if we have a different cord connected.
It does.
Now let's plug in the HDMI. See if it'll switch to the HDMI. If for some reason the display port is faulty, we can just do an HDMI.
No, it's not the cord port. Because it knows what display port, but the graphics card does it. It's just like it like doesn't know what to do. If I unplug the HDMI port, plug it back in, and I spin keyboard, sometimes it works. But sometimes like doesn't know what to do, and as soon as I interact with the computer, it just goes back
It
on.
was like not even it's not sending a signal
Yeah.
to it. That's why.
Did you get your graphics card receiver? There it gets plugged in, power is plugged in, display port plugs in. It's fully in, it registers until this point. And sometimes I have to press the power button.
It was like our only response is just turn this off and on again.
But I also turned off that switch, turned it back on.
Yeah, it's something with the computer. You don't need to turn off the switch. You just got to turn off and on the computer.
I tried that, it didn't work.
Dad, are you going?
Here you go.
You guys are going?
Not right now. Well, that's concerning.
It did that like last time.
I mean, you don't need to press buttons. This is just literally at the motherboard.
Like when I got the monitor, it didn't do that.
It's not it's literally a computer thing, not a monitor thing.
Yeah, so I think if we replace the graphics card, it'll stop doing this.
Maybe.
Well, what if it's not the graphics card? What if it's the plug-in itself? Like we plug this.
No, this is something going on all the way at the motherboard level right now. Here, turn off and on again.
You may have to contact them.
We already done that. It's They pretty much said it's you got it for free because of a sweepstake, so it's your problem.
See, now it turns on. But it's like, it's weird. It doesn't know what to do sometimes. It's like the motherboard didn't even turn on.
Yes, Sweet Q? You can have the volume up. That's fine.
Turning it up.
Huh?
Turn it on now.
Yeah, you can turn it up.
Let me see what my dad said. Because I saw him respond
Okay.
like 3 times. And I can just read everything.
Okay.
I call my place Axolotl World.
Mmm.
Because it looks like it's for axolotls. And doggies to take my axolotls. And my people.
Mmm.
You're a potato.
You're a potato. Pretending my people are saying, hi, honey. And they think, we're their mother. I'm
Mmm.
I'm the mom. I'm gonna make some kids. I think my people like the place. They can die in the water. They can die in the water, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
They could die in the water. Some sure people pushes some people in the water. They're dying. I think they don't like my home.
Okay, so that means you're going to have to start early?
Mama, I love you.
You do. Love you too.
Mom, look at my plate. I just got to fly up.
Whoa. Oh, look at that.
I called it Oxalata World.
Axolotl world. Are there lots of axolotls?
Yeah. I can get some more oxalotls.
Gonna get some more.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe a smell that is in your couch is starting to sink. As it's warmed by my body.
I don't smell anything, but then
I don't smell it unless I'm walking right past you.
got poop there. I get what I want since you've been gone.
about to die, mister. You talk nice to your husband, Robert.
And mister.
I'm a busy man. What is it? Come on, Bloodlet. Your next opponent wears a heavy raiment, but attacks with a short sword. She's like...
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. You came to watch these two bloodletters do what they do best, and they're dying to prove their worth. So let the bloodletting begin.
Nah, I ain't. I blocked first.
Can this be? The blue team combatant is not.
Interesting. Interesting. It's an instant disqualification. Okay.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. You came to watch these two bloodletters do what they do best, and they're dying to prove their worth. So let the bloodletting begin.
the matter? Getting tired?
Nah. Teamers. Imagine being a teamer, that's crazy. Being a teamer. Oh yeah? Are you scared? Are you scared?
People, we
I was blocking.
I'm a busy man, Wade. Okay, so you killed the Breton. Don't.
What the heck?
My red room got its paint job from fighters like you. After you disembowel the next idiot, I want you to smear his blood all over the walls. Next up is a dark elf. I've never seen him fight before, but he's...
good people of the Imperial City. Welcome to the
Oh yeah.
arena. Just look at the yellow team's dark elf. You can see the murder in his eyes. Can the blue team's bloodletter even hope to survive? Let's find out.
No way to fall with it. Yeah. You got one. Blow away quick. How could blow away? That's crazy. Fuck. You. Oh.
I'm just warming up to the savage world. You'll never leave this arena.
Oh, you're hiding. Oh, it's terrible too.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
Brendan. So I went against an archer in the arena. You know, in the arena you can't loot.
Yeah.
But this archer missed me so many times that I was able to pick like 20 silver arrows from the ground. That's good because you can't get your arrows
I
back.
think you didn't get a loot the last time.
The Grey Prince. Hmm.
You gotta find another armor too.
The journal.
I hit him first.
You're at Bloodletter round. Farewell, my friend. May your blade always strike true and first.
I'm really curious.
Yeah. I was blocking.
Good work, Bloodletter, or should I say Myrmidon. That's right, you've risen in rank. You know... All right, Myrmidon. Time to stop Don't be fooled by your next opponent. The little dagger he uses is actually a powerful enchanted weapon called Shimmer Strike.
Trying to kill him.
All right, your dad should be here any moment, okay?
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. The Yellow Team's combatant has slain many opponents with his magical dagger, Shimmer Strike. Let's see if the Blue Team can end his winning streak.
This match is mine, weakling. I'm sure I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
We had some in the freezer, but not enough.
Yeah.
And I just didn't check. I knew we had some, but I thought we had enough.
Okay.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
You
Bingo.
know who I think you're like?
Yeah.
Muffin.
I was talking.
Why?
That you're like this.
Does a muffin do that?
I'm the most special girl in the world.
Heh.
I'm a busy man. What is it? I guess you told that wood elf what you thought of his magic dagger, huh? Here's your gold. Nice going. You're hungry, Myrmidon. I can see it in your eye. No surprises with this next one. Just a high elf with a chip on her shoulder. Get up to that arena and make her beg for...
I didn't almost solve that.
My. Look at the Myrmidon. Who are you fighting?
Myrmidon! Farewell, my friend. May your blade always strike true. And first.
Ow.
Sausage.
Let's try to steal my kill.
Love you.
Close a runner.
Alright, for any moment, we'll have to get off, okay?
Welcome to the arena. You came here for a fight, and a fight you shall have. But talk is for the weak. You want blood? Lower the gates.
Right? Back kill. Wait. Get out of here, bro.
This ends here. Let's get this over with.
Walking. No.
This match is mine, weakling.
Destroy 100.
Good people, we have a winner.
I'm so good at the game, I'm the only one in this server. Oh my god, I'm the only one in this server. Oh, full join back.
I'm a busy
Now I got you,
man.
man.
What is ultimate? They act all high and mighty until you leave them in a pool of their own blood.
I gotta make it
Here's
ready
your
for it
gold.
again.
Go take a breather.
Love you.
You're cutting through the yellow team like a knife through skin. The next opponent is your standard axe-armed orc.
No, I could just.
He's in a heavy raiment and looks pretty fit.
I'm the only one
You
in the.
can't handle.
Oh my god. Hello, mister. Welcome to the server, that's chaotic.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Everyone loves an advancement match, so let's watch as these two brave Myrmidons face off in a battle to the death.
Whoa, everybody keeps rage quitting. Too good at the game. Too good at the game, bro. Too good.
Grab more fair.
And A plus. Yes, I did. No. Beat him for it.
Never leave this arena alive.
It bounds.
What's that?
It's just magic.
I turned off the computer and decided to turn back
Am
on.
I supposed to be
Excuse me?
This is the part where you fall down.
I didn't ask you to do that. Right?
Bleed
Hmm.
to death.
Glad I could find a
No.
log nest.
Oh, gosh darn it. Not good, not good. Wasn't watching my stamina.
How is he still speaking? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. Unrealistic physics. Whack.
Darn.
You can get yeah,
Yeah, you get knocked over.
and then they can do bonus.
You humans are
Something
all
like
the
that.
same.
Or you're just free.
We
You
can
got,
work.
oh,
Good people.
that's
No, Corey, all I had to do was pause to slash kill.
We have a winner. All hail the combatant.
Whack.
There are a few things scarier than an orc with an axe, but you didn't even flinch. That victory brings you up to warrior rank. Well done.
You don't tell me you gotta call me in.
No, actually, he's like super impressed with me now.
So what? He's just gonna be the nicest person you now?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Bailey, are you hungry? Are you hungry, Bailey?
That's just safe.
I wonder,
What?
you know what, in this game,
Are
you,
you hungry?
the things that take the longest, like I have Alteration 32, but it's nothing. Like this thing, magic takes the longest, so I wonder if I should just make magic, all the magic my major skills.
No, you should go sword. It's cool.
Well, I always use swords. But the problem is how long, even magic is minor, takes ages, but even magic as major, because it's not like you're constantly spamming it.
Well, you do.
You do, if I guess if you're going full magic, but since I'm like, I do spell blade.
You know something, if you want to level up though, like alteration, you can do like walk around and hold it.
Yeah.
But you can hold it, you don't have to keep
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's your duck. All right.